She raised her. She sacrificed everything. And then Clarissa looked her dead in the eye and said, "You will never see that baby again." Over a Nintendo Wii. Welcome back to Tea with Stella. No sugarcoating, no filters, just the raw tea. And today's cup is the hottest one I have ever poured. Claressa Shields' own cousin just sat down and blew the lid off everything. Let's get into it. Before anything else, let me tell you who Shalita Savage is. Because the internet wants to dismiss her as a bitter, clout-chasing relative. And that narrative falls apart the second you hear her background. This woman grew up with a silver spoon, traveled the world at 13, handpicked by Bill Clinton as a U.S. ambassador, met the Queen of England, private schools her whole life. She did not need Clarissa. She chose her. And that choice cost her everything, because the year Shalita was supposed to leave for college on a full ride scholarship, that is the year she met young Clarissa. And Clarissa told her something that stopped her cold. Something had happened to her, abuse. And nobody in that family had done a single thing about it. So Shalita picked up the phone, made some calls, and then made the biggest decision of her life. She called the university and said, "Thank you, but no." Moved into Clarissa's mother's house and became the parent these kids never had. She paid the bills. She fed them. She protected them. She is the reason there is a Claressa Shields.
I never went to a public school. I always went to college preparatory schools. My parents had that money.
Oh. Okay. So that's because you when you hear about Flint, Michigan and just anything with Detroit, they always talk about just how poor it is, and you don't ever hear the success stories. And so
every country and every city has its poor parts.
Correct.
I've been traveling the world since I was 13 years old. I was a United States ambassador handpicked by Bill Clinton himself. Okay. I went and met the Queen of England when I was 13, 14 years old. I traveled abroad my entire life.
Okay.
So when a person be like,
okay, I need everyone to stop what they're doing right now, because what I'm about to tell you is not gossip. This is not speculation. This came straight from Shalita's mouth on camera, and it will change how you see Claressa Shields forever. Shalita got pregnant. She was already carrying the entire household, paying every bill, feeding everyone, keeping the lights on. She didn't have $500 for an abortion. So she went to Clarissa and asked for help. And Clarissa said, "I don't believe in abortions. You'll burn in hell. Just keep the baby and I will adopt her. I will raise her as my own." Those words, that promise. So Shalita kept the baby. And then one day, Shalita pawned a Nintendo Wii to pay a household bill, in the house she was already paying for. And Clarissa found out, called her on the phone and said, "You will never see this baby again." Now just sit with that for a second. This woman gave up her scholarship, raised you, kept a child because you asked her to. And the moment there's a disagreement over a gaming console, you use that baby as a weapon. I just need a moment, because a Nintendo Wii, why I changed this entire story, but it gets worse. Shalita asked one question: who is going to watch this baby while you train? And the names Clarissa dropped were a known substance abuser and someone the family had already identified as a predator. Someone who had touched children before, and Clarissa was going to leave a baby who couldn't speak yet with those people. Shalita called the police, got the baby back, and that child is still with her today.
She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, cool. It's not my responsibility no more." Boom.
So you gave her your baby.
Yeah, and then me and her got into it about a Nintendo Wii that I pawned so I could pay a bill at my house. And then she called me and told me I would never see that baby again. And I just asked a simple question, because I was the babysitter for her while she went and trained. So my question was, who's going to watch this baby for you while you go train? Her exact words was my sister Michelle and Terry Key. Bitch, is you dumb? Terry Key is a known rapist in our family, and you told me that this tried to you before, and you gonna tell me you finna leave a baby that can't talk with this? Is you out your this that touched his own kids before?
This is
So yeah, I called the police. I sure the did. I called the police to get the baby because to protect you. You better believe I'm gonna protect something that came out of me.
So where's the baby now?
I was asked not to disclose that because the people that are related to me on where she is does not want the
Public to know.
they don't want the
So
they don't want
the baby
so
is safe. The baby's safe.
the baby is with
taken
me
care of.
still.
Okay.
But she's just being taken care of by another person. I pay child support for this kid.
Now let's talk about Papoose because Shalita had a lot to say and none of it was pretty. First, the age situation. Papoose is 50. Clarissa is 30. That alone is a conversation. But here's the detail that made everyone freeze. Papoose's oldest daughter is 28 years old. Clarissa is 30. His daughter is practically her peer. Let that sink in. Second, the divorce. Remy Ma filed the papers. She even withdrew the motion herself. And Papoose never acknowledged them. So while Clarissa is publicly talking about marriage and babies next year, this man is legally still somebody else's husband. That is public record. Go check the courthouse yourself. Third, and this is the one that exposes everything, the money. Remy said Papoose was broke. She paid his bills while she was in prison. He has no confirmed income, no touring money, no publishing deals. And now suddenly he is Clarissa's manager, taking a percentage of her money, getting a chain bought with her money, operating through Win Records funded by her $8 million deal. So let's do the math. She generates the income. He manages the income and takes a cut. That is not a boyfriend. That is not a partner. That is somebody who found a very comfortable situation and has zero reason to leave. Shalita said it plainly. He is in love with the thought of taking her money, not with her. She's playing checkers. He's playing chess, and checkmate is.
You see how that works? I'm a dangerous to with because this is one thing people better know about me. I never cared about burning a motherfucking bridge because I'll pour gasoline on that and pour gasoline on me and light me on fire with a Zippo and hug you. Because one thing's for sure, it's always water up underneath a bridge and I can swim, bitch, can you?
That's an excellent analogy. So I guess, have you spoken to Papoose?
I told Clarissa off rip, I don't want to speak to no that you talking to until y'all married. You and that and every relationship until a marriage I see. Quote unquote.
So who do you think is supporting Papoose right now? Because Remy said she was supporting him and she asked him to move out and he refused to move. Then he started dating this credit repair chick that actually went on vacation with them in Hawaii when they were in Hawaii around the time when, you know, the boxing commission in Detroit had removed her belt.
Coming. And here's the part that actually hurts to say, because Claressa Shields had everything to build something real and lasting. 2 Olympic gold medals. The story of coming from nothing, a girl who grew up in poverty on the north side of Flint and became the greatest of her era. That story, that real story, could have inspired a generation. Instead, she announced a rap EP, still not out, said she'd model. No portfolio exists, talked about a TV show, no premiere date. The only thing Claressa Shields has ever fully executed is boxing. And right now, even that legacy is being buried under reality show drama and a married man who won't sign papers. And while all of this is happening, her mother is in Flint with waterlogged floors and no doors. Her father is in a wheelchair at a barbershop asking people for money, both dealing with addiction. And Clarissa is on yachts. That contrast is not lost on Shalita. And it is not lost on us either. And before we get to the outro, I need you to hear Shalita's final line, because it is the most savage, most accurate, most perfectly delivered line I have heard in any interview this year. Play it, let it land, and then we'll talk.
So that everything is concealed and everything. So I appreciate you, okay?
I appreciate you more, and thank you.
We'll talk. I mean, what else is there to say after that? That single line wraps up this entire situation in 12 seconds. The scholarship Shalita gave up, the baby, the family left behind, the fake EP, the missing endorsements, the married man, all of it in one sentence. Shalita Savage did not come to play today. That is your tea for today. Fresh, hot, and poured with zero sugarcoating right here on Tea with Stella. Now I want to hear from you. Do you believe Shalita? Do you think Clarissa owes her an apology? And more importantly, owes that baby an explanation? And do you think Clarissa will wake up before Papoose gets everything he came for? Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. If you're new here, welcome to the table. Subscribe, hit the bell, and do not miss what's coming next, because this story is not over. Tea with Stella, always watching, always spilling. See you in the next one.